Assalamualaikum and a very good morning to all viewers. Welcome to National Institutes of Health NIH CME Session 2025, organized and brought to you by Sector of Research Information Resources NIH Ministry of Health Malaysia. Hi, I'm Nadia from Institute for Health Behavioral Research. I will be your moderator for today's session. So, it's my pleasure to welcome Puan Rashma Juwatan from the Institute for Health Behavioral Research, IHBR, who will be presenting her study titled Impact of the Know Your Medicines KYM Program and Evaluation of Ambassadors' Knowledge and Practice. So, how are you today, Puan Rashma?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Puan Nadia, but this morning, suddenly, I started develop a little bit of cough. Maybe it's just minor. I'm feeling nervous this morning.
Okay, me too. So, before we begin our session, I would like to remind to all our participants, register your attendance by clicking the attendance link provided in the description box. This will be important for CME points and e-cert. E-certificate will be given 1 week after today's presentation. If you have any questions for the speaker, please submit them through the question link also available in the description box. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we start the session, we would like to show a preview of Institute for Health Behavioral Research IHBR corporate video for your kind viewing, and then we will proceed the presentation.
Institut Penyelidikan Tingkah Laku Kesihatan IPTK merupakan salah sebuah dari institut di bawah Institut Kesihatan Negara. IPTK bermula sebagai sebuah unit di bahagian tingkah laku dan penyelidikan di Institut Penyelidikan Perubatan IMR pada tahun 1987. Bahagian ini mula berkembang dan dinaik taraf dan dikenali sebagai Institut Promosi Kesihatan pada tahun 1999. Daripada lokasi asal di Jalan Pahang, Kuala Lumpur, IPTK telah berpindah ke lokasi baharu pada Disember tahun 2005 yang dikenali sebagai Institut Promosi Kesihatan IPK. Di lokasi ini, IPTK mempunyai bangunan sendiri di Jalan Rumah Sakit Bangsa, Kuala Lumpur. Institut ini mula dikenali sebagai Institut Penyelidikan Tingkah Laku Kesihatan bermula tahun 2007. Visi IPTK menjadi pusat penyelidikan tingkah laku kesihatan terunggul di Malaysia. Misi IPTK menetapkan penanda aras cemerlang bagi penyelidikan tingkah laku kesihatan dan menjalankan penyelidikan yang menyumbang ke arah aspirasi nasional. Penyelidik di IPTK terdiri daripada pegawai pendidikan kesihatan dari pelbagai latar belakang akademik dan kepakaran tertentu. IPTK memfokuskan kepada 12 bidang penyelidikan tingkah laku, iaitu pembangunan instrumen diagnosis tingkah laku, pembangunan instrumen penilaian hasil program, tingkah laku kesihatan yang berulang, tingkah laku mencari maklumat kesihatan, tingkah laku berkaitan penyakit berjangkit, tingkah laku berkaitan penyakit tidak berjangkit, penilaian program intervensi promosi kesihatan, penilaian literasi kesihatan, tingkah laku berisiko, kesihatan mental, penilaian tingkah laku pesakit, trend dan penggunaan media. IPTK turut memainkan peranan penting seperti meningkatkan kemampuan dan memperkasa penyelidikan tingkah laku kesihatan, meneroka teori tingkah laku kesihatan, memperkukuhkan kolaborasi ilmiah dengan agensi lain, mengadakan latihan kompetensi dan teknikal kepada kaki tangan kesihatan, menjalankan kursus pasca siswazah pendidikan kesihatan bersama Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia UKM, konsultansi kepada pihak yang berkaitan dalam pendidikan tingkah laku kesihatan. Arah kehadapan IPTK adalah meningkatkan keupayaan dan kemampuan institut dalam bidang penyelidikan tingkah laku kesihatan.
Hi all, welcome back. So without further delay, let's give our full attention to Puan Rashma. Puan Rashma, the floor is yours.
Alright. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum. Thank you, Puan Nadia, for the warm welcome and introduction.
Welcome.
So, thank you everyone for joining us this morning. So, actually, this study was conducted with the support of course, my director and also fellow colleagues from Health Determinant Research Centre, in collaboration with two entities, which are Pharmacy Practice and Development Division and also Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. So today I'll be presenting this subtopic throughout the session this morning. Okay, so what is actually a KYM program? So before I bring the audience into the data, which is more like a statistic, so it would be better for me to introduce what is KYM program. So KYM is a short form for Know Your Medicine program, or it's better known as program Kenali Ubat Anda. Alright. This program was initiated in 2007, a central element of quality use of medicine strategy, or in a short form is QUMC. This program aims to empower consumer with the necessary knowledge in using medicine rationally. So they have done quite several key activities that have been arranged. This including public awareness, such as education talks, booth events, also community empowerment. This is through some kind of activity to engage with the patient, especially such as home medical review or house visit, and also they have done quite few collaboration, be it government, multi-ministries, NGOs, or with other discipline in hospital, because this program is actually from pharmacy, so they have been collaborate with others discipline in hospital, because we have quite many of discipline in hospital, right?
Oh yeah.
So now, who are they? So they can be influential individuals, whether professional or not, student, working adult, or even retiree, as long as they are respected and looked up by the communities. So instead of doctor always being the main source of information, now the KYM program enables peer-to-peer education that is more personalized, community-based, and culturally sensitive. Alright, we know, right, medicine are essential for treating and preventing illness, but we still face serious problem, which previous study conducted shown that more than 50% of people prescribe medication, they don't take it properly. So they use it irrationally. So Malaysia now face the same challenges like other in this country, like overuse medicine, wrong use, and also non-adherence to prescription. So this problem directly affect patient safety and also their health outcomes. So hence, this KYM program was introduced to reduce this medication waste, also to promote the rational use, by empowering consumer. This is aligned with the QMC strategy, the one that I mentioned just now, and also to support our SDG 3, which is the Sustainable Development Goal, to ensure good health and promote well-being. Alright, so this study had one main goal, so which is the study aimed to evaluate the impact of Know Your Medicine program ambassadors. So we aim to assess two different things. The first one is the knowledge. The second one is how they practice this rational use of medicine. Alright, as for the methodologies, this is more like a bit technical.
Okay.
So I'll try to explain it in a very short. So this study employ multi-stage cluster sampling design, which 6 states were then randomly selected to represent 6 main regions, which is Selangor represents Central, Melaka represents Southern, Pulau Pinang represent Northern, Kelantan for the East Coast part, Sabah and also Sarawak. So this data collection, Puan Nadia also
Part of the team.
So it took place between January and
Yes.
August 2024, which is the last year. So we're using a self-administered questionnaire, and this instrument was adopted and adapted using Din and Abidin 2020, which was validated 5 years ago from UKM. And this data we analyze using univariate technique with complex sampling adjustment to reflect the stratified and also weighted survey design. So move on to the population of the study. So the criteria that we recruited, they had to be appointed and registered as KYM ambassadors. This is they must be within the past years. So also they had to be completed training provided by the pharmacists. Anyone who did not meet this criteria, so we excluded them, especially those just appointed below 1 year, because they I think because this is actually mixed method study. So what I presented this morning is only part of the data.
Okay.
So we would like to actually explore the other components. So that's why we exclude this 1 year ambassadors for the purpose of the another data. Okay, as for the finding, all right. So let's study about their demography. So as you can see in your screen, a total of 413 KYM ambassadors from the 6 states completed the questionnaires. So numbers of ambassadors in actually, if you can see why Pulau Pinang is lesser than Kelantan and Sarawak, because the way we recruit this one is we proportion to the population size of registered based on their pharmacy system.
I see.
So let's look at their demographic criteria. Okay, as you can see, more than half our respondent were women, 47 were men, and as you can see, age, the youngest was 21, and the oldest we have 84. So we have, yes,
Okay.
they are
84.
still active.
And healthy too.
Yes, healthy, with an average age of 52. So majority of them, 63.4%, were Malay, followed by other races, and of course followed by the majority. Of course, majority is Muslim, 71.7%, and follows by the Christian, Buddhist, and others. Alright, in terms of education, the majority of them have completed secondary school. A significant number also went on, they pursue pre-university courses. This actually showing a strong foundation in formal education. So when we look at their employment, most of them were working in the
Government sector.
yes, in the government sector or private sector. So this likely contribute to their sense of responsibility and this connection to the community. So as for the household income, the majority of them reported earning between 2,590 and 500 2,050. So this puts them in the lower middle to middle income group, which is important to note as it reflects the socio-economic profile of the general population as they serve and engage with it. Alright, so now let's look at the ambassadors' marital and living status. A large majority, about 78.2%, were married. 91.3% of them live with their families. This shows that most of them have strong family support system, which can positively influence their involvement in community activities and also people around them, especially friends and families. So in terms of health, more than 76% of them, this is self-reported. They rated themselves as having a good health. So this is encouraging, as it means that they are likely to be active and capable of participating in and leading community health initiative. Well, actually, just now we look at the age, 84. They're still actively being ambassadors.
Yeah.
All right, now we move on to our first objective, which we identify the level of knowledge about the rational use of medicine. So we asked about a few items. So the first items, we asked about do they know the medicine must be registered with the MOH. So if you can see in your at your screen, a substantial majority of 99.8% of ambassadors were aware that all medicine must be registered with the MOH Malaysia. And the second one, if you can see, most ambassador, 84.5%, understood that medicine requiring a prescription should be purchased accordingly. Alright, for the item number 3, 98.3%, nearly all ambassadors knew that purchases must be made only from authorized premises, such as pharmacies or nearby clinic. 99.5% were aware the exact details required on medicine label. These include name, dosage, timing and method of taking medicine. Alright, ambassadors generally have a great understanding of appropriate medicine consumption, as 80.1% claimed it is true that medicine prescribed should be taken after meal. This means they immediately take the medicine afterward, after they having a main meal. And 95.9% understood that there is no need to double a subsequent dose if a dose is missed. Alright, importantly, all ambassadors recognize that taking medicine as prescribed is essentially for efficacy. So as you can see, all ambassadors answer this
Perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly. A significant proportion also demonstrated awareness regarding appropriate medicine storage. Specifically, 93.7% knew that not all medicine should be stored in refrigerators. And then the final item for knowledge domain, 94.4% understood that medicine must not be kept in hot places, whether inside a car or on top of refrigerator. Alright, so we've done analysis to see where these knowledge levels goes. So based on blue card of point, the overall prevalence of knowledge indicated that the majority ambassadors, 91.3% score as high level of knowledge regarding the rational use of medicine. So only a smaller proportion demonstrated a moderate level of knowledge, 8.5%, and only 0.2% belong to low literacy about rational use of medicine.
I see. Okay.
Now moving on to the second objective, which is we assess how do they behave, their practices of rational use of medicine. All right. If you can see, for these domain practices, we asked about 12 behavior-based questions. So if you can see, the majority of ambassadors, 75.5%, reported they always use medicine registered with the MOH Malaysia. The second one, a smaller proportion, 24% of ambassadors reported that they belong to sometimes or always use traditional medicine registered with the MOH. About 42.9% of ambassadors indicated they do not rely on product testimonial available in the market for medicine use. A significant 90.1% read the medicine labels before use to ensure it is correct medicine. But still, we still have a minimal number that are not reading the medicine labeling. Regarding medicine use, as you can see, majority 79.4% took medicine according to prescribed schedule, and 89.8% used as prescribed by doctor.
Almost 90%.
Yeah, nearly all ambassadors.
Yeah.
Alright, we move on. 78.9% took the medicine accordingly and knew timing gap before next dose. Result also show that most ambassadors, 83.8%, also check their expiry date, color and physical condition of medicine before consumption. Alright, majority also store their medicine as advised, as you can see, 86.4%. For the item number 10, this is regarding potentially harmful practices, which slightly over half of the ambassadors, 55.9%, reported never using health supplement or traditional product to substitute, means to replace their prescribed medicine by doctor or pharmacist. Alright, similarly, 54% indicated they never stopped taking medicine without consulting a doctor when experiencing side effect, which they are supposed to seek medical health personnel for some advices. And 62.7% always seeks advice from pharmacists when encountering medicine related issues. Alright, so as you can see at your screen, overall the prevalence for the practice regarding the rational use of medicine was predominantly good at 81.8%, followed by a minimal percentage, 70.2% ambassadors in moderate practice, and still a small percentage, 1%, exhibited poor practice in rational use of medicine. So now we come to the conclusion of the study. Alright. So what did we learn? So as for the knowledge, the KYM program has successfully trained their ambassadors who have strong knowledge, especially on the key areas such as registration, rational medicine use, authorized medicine purchase, labeling, and also medicine storage. So we can say that majority ambassador also walk the talk. They educate and rationally use of medicine. As you can see, there were high level of adherence to appropriate medication management. They demonstrate high responsibility and self-control when managing medicine. So a comprehensive understanding actually has positioned them as key community figures, lending credibility to their effort in promoting informed medication use. So they have become credible, trusted figures in their communities who are well placed to educate others. So in summary, the ambassador play quite a crucial role as trusted community figures. So their knowledge, communication skill, and credibility not only support informed medication use, but also empower the public to take greater ownership of their health. So there is one important limitation in our study. So we did not measure baseline knowledge before and after they join the training. So we cannot say exactly how much they improve. But going forward, we recommend that to include pre and post training evaluation to better understanding how the structured content of the training influence their knowledge. And another point of view is, another point of view is assessing effect across diverse communities, because it is important because each community, Malaysia has multiracial entities, right? Sorry. Let me see.
Yes, please. Okay.
All right. Coming back to Malaysia, we have multiracial entities. So each community has different characteristics that influence how health programs are received and adopted.
Okay.
So factors like demographic, access to healthcare, and cultural norms can significantly shape their behavior and attitude toward medicine use. With that, I conclude. This is my reference. I welcome any feedback and also question. Thank you, Puan Nadia.
Okay. So thank you very much, Puan Nurashma, for that insightful and informative presentation. A very interesting study with such important findings. So since we have a little bit of time, now we would like to open the floor for our Q&A session. This is your chance to ask any questions, share thoughts, or seek clarification on anything that was presented today. So, can we check the question? So now we got one question here. Okay. Do you think the training alone is enough to make someone a good KYM ambassador? So, can you please answer this question?
Okay. Do I think training alone is enough to make someone as a good KYM ambassador?
Yes.
All right. Training is actually just a starting point. So what makes the real difference is their continuous involvement in various communities activities, because they are not responsible. They actually being invited by the pharmacies to to join pharmacies conduct ambassadors activities, but also they are welcome to do their informal program to educate people around them. So over time, this hands-on experience actually help them grow. not just in knowledge, but also in their confidence and also communication skills. So that's my opinion for the question.
Okay, so now we got another question. Were any ambassadors resistant to use MOH approved medicines at first?
All right.
What do you think?
Based on my data, my qualitative data, yes, a few did have mixed practices early on, like relying on testimonial or traditional products, because now to get medicine is very easy.
Yes,
You
true.
can access through online shopping, like But with this ongoing exposure through communities, through communities activities, and also support from the pharmacists, especially pharmacist practice and development division, most have shifted towards safer options. So more rational medicine use, which also made them better role model in their communities.
I see. Okay. So another question is, how do you make sure ambassadors stay active after their initial involvement?
How to make sure? I think this is I might not be the right person to answer this.
Okay.
Okay, but based on the data that we have on qualitative, which we conduct FGD among ambassadors, we found that these ambassadors who stay active, because only minimal of them is not really active because of community program usually on weekend.
Yeah.
So some of them is not active because they are not interested, but they have some other weekend commitment, like especially families, right?
So maybe not enough time.
Yes. So ambassadors who active, they often have these strong ties to their local communities, because they are a person that people always look up. So by giving them roles in events, talk, and also the outreach program, they stay motivated, especially when they see the direct impact of their effort on others, not only community but also their friends and families.
Okay. So let me check first.
Any question?
Okay.
Last question?
Okay. Maybe this is the last one. Okay. Why the study not involve ambassadors from all states of Malaysia?
Okay. Why this study is not involved?
Ambassadors from all states of Malaysia.
Okay. Of course, every study we have limitation.
Yes,
so based on sources that we have, we only by using multi-stage cluster sampling, we only selected only one state to represent
The region.
one region. So the way we analyze this data, we're using complex sampling analysis to project this data only true for this six states only. So maybe like I said in conclusion, or the study recommendation, I think we also need to scale up the study, not only to assess the pre and post of the knowledge, but also to include more participants in this study. For your information, at the time we conducted this study, the number of the ambassadors is about 1,700 something.
I see.
So based on the
It's quite a lot.
based on the sampling calculation, we only need 335, but we exceed actually. So we get about 413.
I see. So I think from the okay, if we have no question here, I think I have one more question for you.
Is it from you?
Yeah. Okay. So how do ambassadors handle misinformation in the community, especially from social media or word of mouth?
All right. Okay. This is quite challenging nowadays because we have too many access of the information. Sometimes you will get a wrong information. So ambassadors, they rely on what they have learned from the KYM program itself and also the training. So they sharing verified information and encouraging people to check with healthcare professional. Because for your information, each of these ambassadors was monitored by the pharmacist.
I see.
They call it program coordinator. So every activities or every issues related to medication risk, they will directly go
Guide.
to the pharmacist to check is it true. So I think with the challenging that we have now, I think it is still possible that we can filter the wrong information because they are guided by program coordinator from the pharmacy. So their role as familiar, trusted faces help counter misinformation more effectively when it comes to their community. So I think based on my data, they still encounter this problem, but still manageable.
I see. Okay, so all right, everyone. I think that's all for now. That brings us to the end of our CME session for today. A big thank you to our researcher for such a clear and engaging presentation on the impact of the Know Your Medicines KYM program. To our audience, thank you for your attention, thoughtful questions and engagement throughout the session. We hope today's discussion has sparked new ideas and perspectives that you can carry forward in your respective roles. With that, we officially conclude today's CME session. Take care and stay informed. And remember, knowing your medicines is knowing your health. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Bye.
Bye.